Hey YouTube, it's Anthony back at you here in my office. We're here at my office 60 something, 64, 63, I don't know, I'm not really sure. Um, and just wanted to make an update video to give you an idea of what's going on. One good thing happened to me recently, and I apparently had an IRA that I didn't even know about from my prior employer with $2,600 in it. So we got a little pleasant surprise where we were able to liquidate that IRA and give myself some money for the time being. But that's probably the end of the money. But it came in at a good time actually. I was surprised to get it. So um, got this information from this company called Millennium Trust, and they said, "Hey, we got this IRA," and I'm like, "Really?" So went through the process of liquidating it and filled out the paperwork, got approved or gave them what they needed, and they gave me my money. That just happened today, so we're able to get current on the bills and some of the more pressing matters. And just to give you an update from last time, Zurich. I had my initial call with Zurich a couple weeks ago, and never heard anything back after that. So I don't know if things got slowed down because of Martin Luther King Day, or if they moved on and they just didn't let me know, which happens. So Zurich in Chicago, we're still waiting on them. I unfortunately received word back from Google that they're not proceeding with my application. So Google is out. That thing lasted for months. They have a really long uh, runway for getting a job there, and it wasn't meant to be. But it was over in the Bay Area, which I don't feel like buying $1 million house that's 1,000 square feet. There's it's just too goddamn expensive out there. So I look at it that way. Look at the positive side of it. Um, I'm a little disappointed with Zurich just because it sounds like a good opportunity. It was a senior audit manager position, and you know, if they reach out to me, I'm ready to go, ready to interview. And then this morning, Selby Jennings, which is a search firm in New York City, they said they have a whole bunch of audit roles, and they're gonna put my resume out to different banks and see if they can get some interest. And then they said, "Have you tried Citi?" I'm like, "Have I?" Citi is my uh, number one employer of choice, being that they have a large presence here in Buffalo, and I, we're probably gonna downsize the house anyway, but just because of the damage that's been done to my finances, not the house. Um, but uh, but if I did get the job, if I did get a job at City, I wouldn't have to relocate out of Buffalo. But at this point, since we have to sell the house anyway, I'm fine with it. Um, and then once we do sell the house, we'd be sitting on a whole pile of money, and I would probably be looking at a significantly cheaper house, just a place with a fenced-in yard and a couple bedrooms, and uh, notably located in the Amherst, Williamsville area where we are right now. We're happy here. Um, so that's going to be something that is going to take shape over the next several months. We're probably looking to list this house in the next couple weeks. We're just cleaning up and decluttering and getting the place show ready, because then I'll be able to tap into the one thing that I still have that isn't depleted, which is my equity. I have all the equity in this house, and I would use that for the next place, and the next place would be a place cheaper than the equity that I built up in this house. So I'll be able to put some money in my pocket too, while we still continue to look for jobs, and I wait for the settlement. Because once the settlement comes through, guys, if we had gotten the settlement when I thought we would, which is, months ago, I would have just paid the bank and would have been fine at this house. But unfortunately, these lawsuits take a long time, and the pre-settlement funding, um, it's like rocket science trying to get this pre-settlement funding thing. All I need is evidence of an offer, which we've had, and evidence of that offer being given to the pre-settlement funding company. But I guess the offer was made verbally to my attorney. So I talked to him, and he just said he'll follow up with them and get them what they want. But when I follow up with them, I don't get an answer. I get a voice message. So yeah. So there really aren't any new banks or new employers that I can say I'm working with. Um, we had the Wells Fargo thing, and I got through the 3 rounds of the interviews, and it makes me sick thinking I'd have to go through that again if I got another opportunity. But such is life, I guess. It's position by position. And the guy this morning at Selby Jennings said, it's easier if the positions that they have are not things that I've already interviewed for, which should be the case for City, because the one that the audit manager job, that was, I don't know, that was 6 weeks ago. That seems like an eternity ago, and that's not going to conflict with whatever Selby Jennings is working on right now. So that's it, guys. I'll make another video when something turns up on the job front, I guess, or the lawsuit front. But in the meantime, we're living off this IRA, and that should keep me in good shape for the next several months. It's kind of how we're living, month to month, week to week, day to day. It all depends on the day. But yeah, so it's a bit of a lull. So that's why it's been a little while since I made a video. So rather than staying quiet and not making another video for weeks, leaving you guys up in the air wondering what's going on, figured I'd just say, hey, we're in another slow time for this job hunt, and continuing to apply. I've put out my resume. I'm on Indeed.com every day, looking for the latest in audit jobs and risk and control jobs. Because risk management is a whole another space outside of audit that I could apply my audit expertise to, and they still value things like MBA and certified internal auditor designation. So I have all that, and yeah, and last thing too, I think one of the people that were watching my videos were wondering what's going on with New York Life and how that's playing out. They had meetings that I was going to have to go to, and when you go to the office, you got to dress up in a suit, and it's hard to just put on your suit, and you're not getting any money, you're not getting paid, and you're still going through the motions with the company and doing what they ask, but you're not getting anything in return. So the New York Life thing that went on for 5-6 months, and finally, with all this training that I didn't do, and like I said, the 200 people that I was supposed to reach out to in my natural market turned out to be 60, and I just said, you know what, even if I shoot it out to 60 people, the likelihood of me selling an insurance product to any of them is more than likely, 1 or 2 people maybe. And then what do you do? Where do you go from there? And that's what everybody says. That's why the burnout rate is so high, because you just run out of leads, and when you don't have any leads, you don't have any money. You're not making any commission. So rather than drag New York Life on and put in some effort while at the same time I'm looking for audit jobs, I just was straight up with them, and I just said, hey, look, I'm going to put in my resignation because I've been searching for audit jobs and looking to possibly relocate, and I've been trying to do that while I've been doing the New York Life thing, and it's just too much to do at the same time. When I don't have my 100% heart in it, it's not what I want to do, selling life insurance. So I'm just gonna bow out here. I did get the license, and we did pay that $80 to extend the license. I don't know how long that lasts, so I can legally sell life insurance and health insurance, but I'm not working with New York Life anymore, so that's the end of that. But hopefully, it allows me to focus on jobs, which I have been, but hopefully I can get a better outcome from all these interviews. So that's what's going on, guys. So if you like this video, like it, give me a drop a comment if you have any ideas or anything you want to say, and follow my channel for more information and see where we're going to end up living, if we're going to end up moving, if we're going to end up moving locally and downsizing. I can show you guys kind of what I'm buying and where I'm going. But we're very early in the process. We've only looked at a few houses. Haven't had my real estate agent take me through. I kind of want to get this house shored up first and on the market, and then we'll worry about where we're going to buy, because fortunately in my market, the proceeds that will come from the sale of this house is more than enough to purchase another home. Since we're going from such an expensive house, we would be able to look at houses in the 150 to 200,000 range and buy it cash. So we would be buying that next house cash. We're not going to deal with the bank. We're not going to deal with a mortgage. We're going to buy it cash, and then with the remainder of the cash after the purchase, that's going to go in the bank, and that's going to remain. That'll be my nest egg until I can get back on my feet and get cracking with an audit job again, or risk management. So that's what's going on, guys. So hope you liked the video, and stay tuned.